Jacob is escorted into the Oval Office.
Hello, Jacob, and welcome to the White House.
Thank you, Madam President.
Please have a seat. Would you like anything to drink?
No, thank you, I'm fine.
Okay, well, you are the star reporter, the news guru of YouTube or something like that, so feel free to ask your questions.
Thank you. Well, I guess my first question is, why was I brought here?
Haha, good question. But we will save that one for later. What else you got?
Okay. Well, you said that I am the star reporter. That, of course, was before the communications blackouts and all of the other blackouts. I'm wondering if there is a timeline before all communications will be restored?
Well, let's just say that it will be a while.
Oh, I see. Obviously, I was hoping for, why don't we start at the beginning?
Yes, that's always a great place to start. At the beginning.
Okay, so in the last 3 administrations at least, the new president would issue executive orders early on, and that would kind of set the tone for what to expect during their term in office. Now, I'm just asking what the people want to know, and that is, although you didn't get us into the war, many people feel like you are not doing enough to try to make peace and get us out of the war.
Yes, they are correct.
They are correct? Not what I was expecting. One of your first executive orders was to initiate the draft and require all women without children and who were between the ages of 18 and 30 to enlist or be drafted.
Yes, that's right. They wanted equality. Now they are drafted to the front lines just like men.
Right? The next executive order opened the borders completely, and the next one released all domestic prisoners who had done at least 6 months on their sentences regardless of the crimes they committed. So the question is why?
Well, the 6 months is just an arbitrary number. We didn't want people to be able to say that I just released all prisoners, and we helped people accept it by saying that they were needed to help in the war effort.
Yes, you said that they would be the ones in harm's way so that law-abiding citizens wouldn't have to do it.
Huh, did I say that? I do remember saying that these people are stupid.
But the prisoners aren't fighting in the war. The ones crossing the border and the domestic prisoners are wreaking havoc on society. They are taking over neighborhoods and even cities.
Well, I never said the prisoners were stupid.
People used to put signs in their yards and on their cars saying, "I supported open borders and prisoner release," and they were the first ones to be targeted by the gangs of prisoners.
Haha, yeah, they were basically saying, I'm not armed, come and get me. And maybe the ex-prisoners had some incentive to target these people first.
Well, that's crazy. What kind of incentive?
Don't call me crazy.
Ma'am, is everything okay?
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was just asking what kind of incentive.
The president looks at Jacob and then at the guards and her secretary and nods for them to leave.
I was just...
The people you are referring to, I call them the wingnuts, are used to being unruly and easily led. Their counterparts, who are basically law-abiding citizens and just want their rights, can't organize quickly. But if the wingnuts actually started protesting, something that the constitutionalists could get behind, well, it could lead to problems.
I see. Are you worried that the constitutionalists are leaving the military to stay at home to protect their families?
No, that was accounted for in the planning. You see, the constitutionalists were the problem all along. They wouldn't give up their precious guns. So how could we make sure they never organized against us? By releasing some of the most ruthless people on the planet out onto the population. Now, they are afraid to go anywhere because of the gangs, and the police don't answer calls. So they just partner up with their neighbors and protect their little pieces of paradise and their adorable little families for as long as they can.
Oh, I see.
The light bulb just went on in your head, haha. Yeah, we are not trying to win a war or make life better. Actually, this is the best it will ever be. The new normal will be, instead of rations and rotating outages, no food and no power.
Why us?
Oh, don't take it personally. You're just the first. We are in every country, and when they see what has happened here, it will break the spirit of the rest of the world.
You like living in an ugly and chaotic world?
I live in a beautiful underground bunker that makes this house look like a miniature toy. I travel the world in minutes on the Maglev and attend the best parties the world has ever seen.
Jacob was silent, trying to process everything that he had just heard.
And now I can answer your first question. Why were you brought here? Well, I'm glad you asked. The answer is it's time. It's time to wrap this shit show up. I've been well rewarded and have been asked to help in other areas. It is time for the rest of the world to experience total domination as well. It will be easier, but still a lot of fun. I want you to tell this story. All of it, on our network, for the whole world to see.
Jacob remained silent.
This will create total panic and it will break any bonds of loyalty. And once the lights go out after your broadcast, fear alone will paralyze most people, and nature will take care of the rest.
As Jacob sat in the back of the military SUV, he couldn't believe what had just happened. He looked out the window to see one section of the city go dark and another section light up. Soon, it will all be dark, he thought. A tear began to roll down his face. He knew that it was too late to do anything to save the world, and he would play a major role in its destruction. He couldn't help but smile as pride filled every fiber of his being. Wow, he wondered. What should I wear?